Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and it's that time of the year again where I'm going to be showing you what's on my device, and this time it's what's on my iPhone. Now I'm not just going to be talking about applications, I'm going to be talking about exactly what I put on my iPhone, starting with cases. Now sometimes I'll have the silicone case by Apple, or I'll go for the leather case by Apple. I've got the red silicone, black and brown leather, so I've got a large choice. My favourite case at the moment though has to be the Spiga Neo Hybrid, and I love it in this yellow and black combo. I think it looks really awesome and it fits in really well with the setup that I'm currently using on my iPhone in terms of the wallpaper, so it just kind of all fits into one. Next up is a case that pretty much everyone with an iPhone 6 needs to have because the battery sucks, and that is some sort of battery case. Now this one here didn't really cost me all that much. I think it was around £14 here in the UK, and I'll try and find it and link it in the description down below for you, along with pretty much any of the cases that I've previously mentioned. Now all you need to do is just put your iPhone into the case itself, put on the front snap cover, which there are actually different colours so you can customise it, and then all you need to do really is just press the button on the back, and then it's going to start charging the case. Now this gives me around another 100% battery from zero, so it's definitely something really handy for those days when I'm out and about taking a lot of photos. Okay guys, so now I'm going to be actually talking about the applications that I've got on the iPhone 6 itself. Now obviously starting on the home screen, as you can see here, I don't have any other home screens apart from this one, as I like to keep it very minimal, and I've got all my applications in folders, and if they're not in a folder, it means that I use them on a more regular basis. So on the top row you can see here that we've got messages, calendar, camera, and also Apple Music. Now Apple Music is slowly becoming my streaming service of choice. However, once the 3-month trial is up, I'm not too sure whether I'm going to be keeping it or going back to Spotify, as I was using Spotify for quite a lot and I had to transfer all my music over to Apple Music. I didn't want to pay to do it, so I actually had to do it individually, which took some time, so do keep that in mind if you do want to switch between streaming services. Next up we've got weather, clock, photo, and also the phone, and again they're stock applications that we don't really need to worry about, along with contacts and the App Store on the next row. Now in terms of Instagram, I actually really enjoy using Instagram, and I use it quite a lot for a variety of different things. Mainly though, I just post on here my favourite photography from when I'm out and about, and if you guys want to follow me, I'll put a link in the description down below. As you can see, I don't really have that many followers at the moment, and I've just posted my 100th photo. Now a lot of people put loads of different photos up here on Instagram, but for me I use it for very specific photos. I don't just put a bunch of random things on here. As you can see, I like the photos that I've taken, and in my opinion they look quite nice. So again, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to have a link in the description down below so that you guys can do that. Next up then, I've got Google Photos. Now I use Google Photos instead of Apple's backup solution, as if I want to switch between Android and iOS, all my photos that I take are going to be going to the exact same place, and I also really enjoy the Photos application itself. Now as you can see here, you've got all of your different photos that you can change the view by zooming in and out, and again if you want to actually look at a photo, just tap on it and then it's going to bring it up in a really nice view with some nice black borders. So again, it's really unobtrusive in terms of the way that you can look at your photos, and it works really well. Now I've got mine to back up just normal quality photos instead of using the original quality, as you have to pay for that, whereas if you use normal quality, which I think is up to 12 megapixels, they're still going to look awesome. As you can see here, if I zoom in on this photo, it still looks pretty good, and this is one that I've actually taken on the iPhone 6 itself. After that then we've got Flipboard, and this is where I get all of my news stories. Now a lot of people have started to use the Apple News, but I'm not really a fan of that here in the UK, as for some reason it doesn't really update as quickly as I'd like it to, whereas I know with Flipboard I can just get up to the date stories that I'm really interested in terms of tech, or just in general celebrity news, or just world news, or just in general anything that I really want to know about. I also like the fact that I can save things to read later, and you can pretty much save anything. Now what I didn't realise is you can also save links, so what I'd done the other day was I actually copied a link from one of my YouTube videos so that I could post it elsewhere on social networks, and then when I went into Flipboard it gave me the option to then save that to my read later section, which I've done here as you can see. So again, it's a really nice application and a lot of people use it, and it's probably the news application that I'd recommend the most. Second to that though has to be Feedly, which I was using beforehand. However, now that I've switched over to Flipboard, I don't think I'm going to be going back. Next up then is Instagram, and this is slowly becoming one of my favourite applications for doing those really smooth time-lapse videos. Now again, you can do it to yourself or you can do it out and about. And it's just a really great app, and I like the way that you can actually change the timing of the actual hyperlapse itself. So if you want it in real time for just a standard super smooth video, then you can do, and it looks awesome, which I don't really use all that often. However, pretty much everyone I know organises things through Facebook, so I don't really have a choice. If it's something like a family event or someone's birthday, it usually gets planned through Facebook, and if I don't have Facebook, sometimes you miss out on certain events. I've then got Periscope, which I haven't really been using all that much, but I'm going to start getting back into because it's really something that I want to start using a lot more to give you guys maybe a bit of a behind the scenes of some of the videos that I do here. I've also then got Facebook Messenger, again for the same reason as having Facebook, and then I've got Google Plus, which is probably my favourite social network, just for the fact that pretty much everyone on here enjoys tech and loves talking about tech, and that's pretty much what I'm into. I do YouTube channels, I love phones, tablets, and all types of technology, so to use Google Plus is probably one of the better options. However, as you can see here, with iOS 9 it has started to slow it down quite a lot. I'm not really too sure why, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm not sure why they haven't updated it yet either. A lot of Google's applications like Gmail and also YouTube have been updated to Google's new material design, and they match what's on Android. However, for some reason Google Plus, which I know Google are trying to push a lot of people towards, they've left it in the background and it kind of looks a bit horrible, but you can still get the information that you need really easily. I've then got the Google application, and then having this is Google Now, so it can show me my time to work, current weather, news stories that I'm interested in, and any searches that you do. It saves in some handy tabs as well. For instance, the Copper vs Glass YouTube channel, which again you're on right now, so if you want to subscribe to get more videos, hit that subscribe button. And I've also got here the Copper vs Glass Twitter page as well, so again if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'll have a link down in the description below. Now Google is basically the Google application. It is Google. I use it for every type of search on my phone, and I don't really use Siri all that much on the iPhone at all, to be honest, and I just find that Google's voice search is a bit better. So for instance, I can go back to the Google search and go onto the voice search. How tall is the Empire State Building? And as you can see, it didn't work, probably because I'm recording. Let me just try that one more time. How tall is the Empire State Building? And as you can see, what it's then going to do is bring up the results for how tall the Empire State Building is. It's going to have some pictures, a map, and actually how tall it is as well. And again, it's got some other related searches down below as well. So this is probably my favourite application, searching bits of information here and there. I've then got my Apple folder, which has pretty much everything Apple in it. So I've got Find Friends, Calculator, Mail, Podcasts, pretty much everything that I don't use, including that news application that I mentioned earlier. Next up, I've got games, and I've started to play less and less games on my iPhone, and I really only play specific games. So Need for Speed No Limits is one that I've been playing a ton, and I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on that in a later video, so be sure to subscribe. And I'm also going to be doing a Lumino City video as well, as it's probably the most beautiful game that I've ever played on an iPhone, and it's awesome. Boom Beach as well is a game that I've been playing quite a lot. I was playing Fallout Shelter, but I got slightly too addicted for my liking, so I had to uninstall it. And I've also got a cool bike application made by Red Bull, and again, if you guys want to see on video on that, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Next up, I've got my Google folder. In here, I've got the AdSense application to keep track of the ads on YouTube here, and also any monetized videos. I've then got Chrome, Google Drive, Gmail, and Google Maps, again because Apple Maps isn't all that great. Now, if you're wondering where I get the majority of my wallpapers from, all I really do is just search around on the internet and then put them into my Google Drive. What I'm going to be doing is actually making a specific Google Drive folder that I can share with you guys. So if you want to get access to some of these awesome wallpapers, I'm going to have that linked in the description down below as soon as it becomes available. I'm a huge fan of natural wallpaper, so that's what a lot of it's going to be. But just in general, I enjoy any nice looking wallpaper as long as it's super high resolution and super crispy. Next up then, we've got my money application, and in here you've got Amazon, EDF Energy to keep track of my electricity bills, and also NatWest to keep my banking, so again it's pretty simple. The bottom row of applications are the applications that I use on a daily basis multiple times. So as you can see, I've got the YouTube application, and in here you can see that it's been completely redesigned for Google's material design, but one thing that I can't find is popular videos. So if you guys know where popular videos are in the new YouTube application, be sure to let me know down below. On Android, you go into your subscriptions, into your full subscription list, and then down the bottom, there's actually a little tab where you can get into popular videos, but for some reason you can't do that on the iOS app, and it kind of annoys me ever so slightly. So obviously YouTube is one of my most used applications. I love watching other people's content and also, making sure that my content is doing okay as well. And it's just a great place to kind of keep up to date with everything in the tech world. Next up then we have Twitter, and again I'm not super active on Twitter at the moment. I'm going to start to use it more and more as I go along here on YouTube. And again you can see here that main things that go on here are retweets, videos and things that I've posted, and just in general some other little bits and bobs that I enjoy posting about. So for instance, the other week when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 came out, I thought it was quite funny that Skate 3 on the Xbox had a bunch of sales and 50% off. So again, I don't really post all that much on here, but the things that I do post are mainly about YouTube and about the Copper vs Glass channel. So again, if you guys want to get some more information, then you can do. And again, I have all links to all of my social networks down below of this video. I've then got WhatsApp, which is my application of choice to contact people. Again, not everybody has an iPhone, so I can't use iMessage all the time. And just in general, I like WhatsApp because of the group functionality. Lastly then, I've got YouTube Studio, and again this is the application that I use to keep track of all of the YouTube videos that I post here. So again you can see how many views you've got, how many comments you've got, and again it's just a super easy place to get hold of everything. So this top row here you can see that I've got 621 views, 14 comments, 24 thumbs up, thanks very much, and no thumbs downs, which is awesome. And again you can see here all the comments, and it's super easy to actually respond to these comments as well. So that's pretty much why I have this application on my phone, as it's the easiest way to do it instead of having to go through YouTube or do it on the actual desktop itself via Chrome for instance. And it's all just here on my phone, really easy to use, and it's pretty much something that I use on a daily basis to reply to comments. And guys, I do reply to as many comments as I can, so if you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll try to answer as many as possible. And that is going to do it, guys. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you've got any questions about any of the applications that I'm using here on my iPhone, or you want to recommend some that you want me to have a look at, then be sure to leave them in the comment section down below, or as I mentioned previously earlier on in the video, you can follow me on Twitter at Copper vs Glass, or personally at Cab from 1989 if you want to follow myself specifically. Now if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to get some more great content from Copper vs Glass, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as I am going to be doing a future setup video. So before the year is up, I'm going to give you guys a quick update on how my setup is looking. So if you're excited to see that, be sure to give a thumbs up down below so that I know that's something you want to see. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.